test sound level. Sound levels seem nominal. Alright, this is the game I was streaming right before I went on my trip that put me away from here for like uh 5 to 6 weeks. Good to be back. We will be joining Link shortly. I think we have to find I'm just gonna do a bit of exploration and maybe try to find some of the places in those pictures that I think is where we had left off the our adventurer here. Get used to the controls again. Okay, that's jump. That's weapon. Holster. This is putting on the left and focus. Alright. This is this stuff. Switch. How do I throw again? That one. Okay. And I press A to blow up. Or I press... No, I press that. Okay. I hold this and I get one to blow up. See? Hold this one. Throw with that one. That one. It's just these two. That's good to remember. I think there's a way to throw a weapon as well. I think it was this one. Yep. And there's the bow and arrow. I don't think I have any bows and arrows. Just that one. Right. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hey, Lieutenant Smartass. How are you, man? Good day to you. Good day to you. Morning is coming in Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well. Back in here, just trying to... trauma dumping. It's a funny term. I didn't know what it was, but I did some research, and apparently is when, if you just go somewhere and you just put on chat everything that's going wrong with your life and everything that's going on with the world, and basically just bring and throw a wet blanket on the whole situation. Kind of thing, Do you know anybody who, whenever you meet them, they just tell you they just give you bad news and tell you everything that's wrong with the world and with themselves and with you and with everything else? So that's what I took trauma dumping to mean. Maybe I should pick a different term. It is an odd term, but I thought it was, yeah. So yeah, I know, not that I don't want to, help and talk about things that are not always happy, I know the world is not always a place, especially watch the news any day of the week, especially right now. But, you know, on the stream and a lot of this stuff is better in a face-to-face conversation than in text chat, you know, just by the nature of the medium. It is a not term, I agree with you. Let me put a note here on my to-do list. To-do list has a lot of items on it. Too bright. There are all those little boxes, you see, that's all the items in my to-do list. It's covered with little boxes. But, Lieutenant, I will add one more. And I'll call this edit trauma dumping. It's a pretty odd term. How have you been, man? Don't tell me everything's going wrong and I'm just kidding. You can tell me whatever you want. You know, it also, everything, the rules especially, everything depends on context. So, you know. The end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Excellent. I was imagining a pile of trauma left on the side. Oh, applause came up. That does that sometimes in OBS studio thing. I don't need an applause, but let's give it up for that. You take this applause, please, Stefan. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good too. It's good to be back playing computer games. It's good to be back at home in a safe space of the computer games. And does that still feel okay? Does sound okay if I put the mic a little bit to the side? Always fiddling with all this stuff. Where is my? That's good. Okay, I think album. So basically, we have to find these locations here. I think that's our next mission. We have to find these locations. I know where that. I think I've seen where that castle is. There's another view of that castle. Actually, I don't maybe have been here. Maybe I wasn't this close to the castle. But let's take a look around if there's... These are the memories of Princess Zelda that we have to find. Okay, so let's find that castle there. That bridge I may be familiar. I might have passed by there. Maybe here too. That horse I haven't seen. That... Maybe this bridge not far from here. Lieutenant Martin says I've been sleepy a lot. I keep meaning to stream, but then I end up taking a nap instead. You know what? I feel like that often. You know what helps me? To get off that funk, that sort of this thing helps me. Hey, Spiffy the Raccoon, how you doing? You've been playing some IO2 lately? Let me give a couple of shout outs here to see what you've all been playing. Lieutenant Smartass has been playing Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Alright. And Spiffy the Raccoon. Ubi doesn't work. I disagree with you. I think it hasn't been tested enough. I think it does work. Look at Alaska. Look at what's going on over there for many, many, many years. Universal Basic Income experiment in Alaska was actually something that started by a member of the Republican Party at the time. Was World War II fighter pilot who became I don't know if he was a senator. Just look up Alaska Universal Basic Income and you'll see it. That's one of the places that it works. There are places in Africa that it works. They're having tests in Finland, I think in Helsinki. They're having tests in Oakland, in California. Here in New York City, there was the Andrew Yang was going to be the big thing, but didn't really pan out. In Brazil, they have tests in lots of places in Africa. I think Kenya, one of the latest ones. So I think it does work. I just don't think it has been given enough thought and enough of a chance by the people in charge. If he says basically what we have had in Sweden for refugees and immigrants, but it encourages laziness and then the work meaning a large increase in taxes. I disagree with you. I don't think it encourages laziness. I think it actually discourages laziness because if people have enough, and I'm not talking about just money to, you know, buy video games or everything, but you can do whatever you want with it. But the main thing that if you read the studies, and if you haven't yet, I'll encourage you to read this. Scott Sanders, where is it? I encourage you to read this if you have doubts about basic income, all right? But, you know, I agree that it's good to think about it. There's arguments pro and con, but I think the arguments for far outweigh the arguments on, and that's a very common argument against that encourages laziness, and it's not true at all. If in the studies that have done, the people who have a basic income actually are more inspired to find another job and do well because they're not, you know, battling to put another meal on the table, stuff like that. Anyway, let's start looking around in Zelda. Breath of the Wild. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on in Sweden. I don't know what's going on in Sweden. Things are changing fast. But, I mean, you all have pretty good, super high taxes, I know. I have a friend who lives in Stockholm. Many friends from Sweden, a friend from Gothenburg. But from what I heard from my friends, the high taxes, but, you know, I got free healthcare. And services that generally work, but I don't know. I don't live there, so I don't want to speak for you. 50. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I hear you, man. My friend pays like 50% or something. Less than 50 minutes and we have homework. $83% while in California? My main argument for universal basic income is that looking at, you know, the climate is going to cause a lot of issues, right? What's happening with the climate? And if you look at the Amazon forest in Brazil, you don't have to like read the news for it. You can actually go into Google Earth or Microsoft Flight Simulator or any satellite mapping service you want. And you zoom in the Amazon forest and you're gonna see from a view from space the amount, and NASA has these services and Google Earth has it too, that you can see 10 years ago what it was and what it is today. And you can see how fast those trees are getting cut down, okay? And if people are cutting those trees not because they want to kill the trees, but because someone pays them, like, you know, the landowners, the ranchers, they want more money, you know, they're greedy. And they pay people, go cut this tree and I'll give you this much money. If someone's doesn't have anything to eat, they don't make much money, they're gonna go and cut that tree. But if they had a basic income, or they had enough food and money, then they would have an option not to cut that tree. Timmy Thumb coming in with the party of 5. Thanks, Tim, for coming by. Congrats on getting that Guardian FSD booster over there. Thanks for dropping in. It is all in any income, so if you take some money from his shares and income from work. Yeah, no, I hear you, the taxes, but hey, I know it's tough, but I would rather pay a lot of taxes and have health care that works. I don't have health insurance here in the States. I pay, I think, like 20% tax here in New York, 18.5 or something. Well, there's a state tax, and then there's the other one. And there's the federal. And it's not fun, but, you know, but to have a society that works, San Francisco brought in single payer. Oh, I thought it was a single player. Thanks for dropping by. Alter in legislature. Yeah. No, I think that any change takes time, you know. Here, this area of rocks. Is this one of the bridges in those pictures? I don't think so. Maybe this. Healthcare is great, and I stand by that, but services for handicapped and elderly has been cut down because of the economy the last couple of years. Yeah, I mean, this economy has sucked in a lot of places, but that's a lot because of pandemic, right? I don't know. You always have to take it of the context. Maybe in some places, basic income is not good at demo and all, you know. But I think for it to work, it has to be universal to the whole world. If we want to have a Starfleet, you know, no more poverty and everyone of a fair chance, then I think that where is it? Is it here? Oh, it's here. I think we're gonna need a basic income is gonna have to be part of that solution. It's not this bridge that we're looking for. It has 2 pillars. Okay, let's find that castle. Let's scale a mountain here and find where that castle is. Do this one right here. Do you think the year-round daylight savings time is going to become law? It passed Senate. I think so. I mean, I would like that. Although I heard that it's going to stay with DST, which is a little weird. Oh look, it's guy from Monty Python. Whoa, interesting. What do you think about that? Also prove the Swedish people are dumb and just ask them what renewable energy source we should focus on. Majority said solar power. I don't know what SMH stands for. But I don't know, man. I think that, you know, that's a blanket statement to say that I don't care what you say, Chinese, Brazilian, Tanzanian people are dumb. Every country has its share. Most people are nice and kind, and it has about 5% who are psychopaths. You know? But our job is to make sure that those 5% don't get put in charge of the country. Otherwise, you get what's going on in Ukraine now with that psychopath attacking. Well, not just one, but a lot of psychopaths in charge. There's a bed full of liquid in an empty room, and when I looked in the corner, there was a weird glowing device. When I touched the device, I was overwhelmed with a feeling of familiarity. When I came to, I was here. Oh? What do you think about that? That's some Hillian champion? Oh shit. Okay, here you go. It's a fucking ninja. I thought it was a trap. Okay, we're gonna need a different weapon. Let's get our laser sword. Actually, let's do this. Stand by. 1-2, boss. SMH shakes my hand. Sydney Hardy. Voted for an referendum. California requires federal approval to do so the bypass. Copy that. Oh, let's focus solar power in a country that doesn't have nearly any half sun of the year. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm really hopeful for fusion power, you know. Still a ways away, but maybe not. I'm hopeful that's gonna come soon. Well, some oligarchs are trying to take off. I mean, I hope they do it, you know. I hope someone gets that guy out of there before he fucking fires a nuclear weapon. Which is probably the next thing he's thinking about doing, like a tactical nuke or something. I hope someone from the inside, say, hey, you know, time's up. You fucked up. Yeah, fusion power looks awesome, dude. Was this the guy? It wasn't this person, right? That he transformed into that ninja that tried to get me. It's like a gang of marauders. I forget their name. It's someone else. Actually, I don't know if this is the way I want to go. Let me take a look at the map. Yeah, I'm here. Kakariko village is there. I think I want to go this way. I want to go up here. I think that around here, there was someplace, or maybe around here somewhere. I think it's probably around here. There is this tree. This looks familiar here. This place. But let's try to see that castle. Let's go back. Let's go that way. Maybe we can climb up to there. One is offering 1 million reward for... Yeah, I saw that guy. I saw that. What we really need is Altus Oligarch instead of buying a fucking yacht and fucking Gucci clothes and shit like that. Come on, put all that money that you're stealing into at least research to build a fusion reaction. Wouldn't you like your name to be associated with like the first discovery of a viable fusion? You know, so I just don't understand blind greed like that. It's just... Okay, A is to run. No, well, whatever button that is. Unlike wind power, efficient power plants are developing new ways to burn more kinds of nuclear fuel. I think there's new nuclear power plants now new nuclear reactors, like modern ones, that are much safer, I hear. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I think that has to be part of the solution too, you know, unless we get... Oh shit! Unless we get fusion coming up soon, I think we're gonna have to look at nuclear. Done in a very, you know, careful and way with modern reactors and very stable places. I think for this one I need this. They are decommissioning the nuclear plant here. Sally, we need them as a bridge. Really? The decommission is an old one? Ever played this game Generation Zero? A bit of a post-apocalyptic Sweden in the 1980s, where you shoot at robots. I like it a lot. For some reason, it's a hard game. I just, Futura Light got it at some point. Maybe he would want to play with me. Too many video games. As the sim in Sweden is resolving the winters that we don't have enough power to heat our homes, so we have been open coal power plants back up and importing power from Earth. Yeah, it's a big problem, and I think this whole crisis now is kind of shining a light on it, you know, that... I mean, it's a bunch of things together. Oh, look at that. What was the screenshot on this? I don't know. I'm just gonna press a button and stuff. Diablo Canyon, is that like a nuclear one? I mean, my mom lives in Rome. I don't know what's gonna be like next winter, but gas bills are already high. Maybe everyone's gonna just have to move somewhere different where it's not so cold, but there's enough people on this planet for that to be a problem too. I mean, that's what they said about Germany, and the reason Germany depends so much on Russia for the power is because for years they fought against the nuclear power plants, and then they started pulling in gas from Russia, and here we are. Ooh, very high. Okay, there you go. There's look at that. Where's the Okay, there's the castle. No, the photo we have is from you know, better times. You know, that's pretty close to the castle. That spot. Then we have this view of the castle that looks like it's a little bit from the left side of it, maybe. I'm thinking maybe down there that tree is maybe that way somewhere. And there's that bridge over there too. Nuclear, copy that. Smartass. Thought they just use body warmth in Sweden. Yeah, all those hot Thors and those hot Swedish vixens, like in the new Assassin's Creed. They just use body heat and good what's it called when a home not isolation but insulation, well insulated homes. It is another bridge, and that bridge has two. Look at that. That bridge has two towers. And oh, cookie, this will keep you warm. It's a chocolate chip cookie. Excuse me. Here we go. I think we may have a good candidate here. This, you see that's bridge here on the bottom left? I think that bridge and that bridge may be. I'm gonna set course and by. Commander Sulu, please set course to that bridge. Over. Most of my Swedish friends, oh shit, is it? Yeah, most of them, they left Sweden. One lives in Australia. The other one lives in Africa. And they just like warm weather. They wanted to get away from the cold. Okay, these guys are about to get some warm weather on their heads. Here we go. Yep. Such a vandal throwing bombs. Oh, let's just go there and fight him. I'm rusty. Shit, go. They're very smart. Oh, they are going around it. They're quite smart. Ow! Yeah. How do you focus on them again? I forgot how to focus. Yeah. There's an article in New York Times about how Europe got hooked on Russian gas. Copy that. I can't read articles on New York Times because I don't feel it's worth paying for. And I read all the ones that... It's an okay newspaper, but I'm not as enamored with it as a lot of people. But I've no problem with the cold, and to avoid getting depressed because of the lack of the sun in the winter, I take vitamin D supplements in the morning. That's cool. Yeah, I like cold too, to be honest with you. And the vitamin D supplements are really good. Oh, shit. Wrong button. I need some arrows, actually. Give me some of these arrows, too. Where are all these arrows going? Guess they're breaking. Basically, the CIA was warning about it in the 1980s. About the energy crisis, or rely on your oil. Yeah, they were right? I mean, not that the CIA is right about everything. You know, that's the thing. It always has to depend on the context. The luminous stone. Guys are talking. Well, you know, it is a happening time in the world. So, I don't blame me for wanting to talk about this stuff. Here we go. I don't know how to do this. Ah, perfect. Up on that rock there. Oh, shit, almost hit me. I mean, hindsight is perfect vision, right? They say. Oh, bro. A couple of rupees. One is a blue rupee worth 5. The other one's a green rupee worth 1. And we got a blackened crab. Look at that, a nice steak here. We're gonna eat it right now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have another bite of chocolate. Carbuncle? I don't know. Did it say that? It was a black crab or something. I got 11 arrows. That's good. Main price. Ooh. Another arrow. And
Yep.
There's a Sherlock Holmes story called The Blue Carbuncle. I think I read the original. I may have read the original Sherlock Holmes story as a kid. I don't remember. But I'm rusty on my Sherlock Holmes knowledge. I feel like piano music. What happened? What happened? Something's coming? Oh shit, it's a big rock thing. I thought that rock looked odd. Purple rupee. Even Link likes it basically. 50 rupees. 50 rupees a month? Link would be okay. He might not even have to struggle so much. I'm gonna unlock this tower. We're in a good position to unlock this tower because we're on the top. Let's do it. Stand by. I think if I unlock this, it becomes a safe point and a fast travel point, and it gives like opens up the map. Far Cry. Gameplay mechanic. I don't know if that's what it was Far Cry that invented or at least popularized. Well, what can't I... Did I unlock this already, or what's going on here? Is there a puzzle? Yeah, Assassin's Creed as well, right? Carbuncle. I think I had already unlocked this. Okay. Let's keep going west. I think that hill of Balmer is where we're gonna go. Where is it? That way. Oh yeah, I have passed through here, I remember. But let's steal some of their weapons. Here we go. Problem. Oh shit. What I get to attack for attacking these guys with so few hearts. Go! Wrong button. Oh yeah, Claymore, baby. All right. Friends are gone, man. simple. Dun, dun, dun. Is it the mushroom? Oh, I could look at the recipes in the... Oh. How do you drop it on it again? There you go. Oh, the fire was put out because it's raining. Find a hole. There was a way to hit with the shield. Let's see if I do that. I think it was this, then jump, then down or something. Yeah. Awesome. Let's just... Good chocolate chip cookie. They got him a hospital bed? Wait. Is he there now? Has he been moved? Oh, in the house. Who got him? Oh, Aaron? Oh,
Yeah, well.
You want to chat about it now? I'm gonna take a little break, people. Yeah. Yeah. I need to stay longer, that's fine. Just talk to this. Whatever you prefer, man. A beautiful plant. Oh, it was his birthday today, right? I'm gonna do something right now. Stand by. What? All right, I turned off the noise gate briefly because I'm gonna sing a song here. This goes out to Jeff. Almost forgot. This one goes out for Jeff. Almost forgot. Here he goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff. Happy birthday. want to do this, do that, do that, do that, and do that. And I have to do one more thing and then we'll be right back into Zelda. Okay, I'll do it right now. Planner, change ticket. Tomorrow is Thursday? Change ticket.
Yeah, and we can do it on the app. It's really, I was looking at it again just now.
Oh, I can do it in a bit if you want. All right. Okay, I think this tree here that I'm approaching, it kind of looks a little bit like... this is the castle in the background. There's also this tree with the those little statues by it. There's the bridge in the background of that. So these two could be a possibility on the location we're at right now. Because there's a bridge up here somewhere. I don't see the castle from here. Not that one. Okay, we're still a ways away. Maybe it's on that hill. Some relic from an ancient battle up here, a flag. Gorgeous video game. Ooh. Link is like a cliffhanger. Let me camp. That side. Ooh, there is something up here. It is of Korok. Of course, Korok. Am I gonna make it? Shit. I have to eat something. I have something. I do, but I think maybe I can make it. Made it. Woohoo! Alright. Good video games reward you for exploration. Okay, there is a bridge. I don't think that's the one I'm talking about. That's this one to the north over there. The one I'm talking about is to the left here. What the heck is it? On the other side of the hill, maybe? No, okay, that's... Oh, no, that is the one. That is the one. How did I look at it? I don't know. Where's the castle again? The castle's over there. Like another stable over there. There's a bridge there too. Since we've come all the way here, let's keep stick to our plan. And let's keep moving towards a little bit to the left. Towards that bridge. Another enemy encounter. Shit. Come on! Wrong button! Oh, shit. The lazy one stayed behind. It's a little bit of unbecoming of Link, really. Let's just need practice. Oh, it's an archer. Wonderful seared steak. A couple of apples. Anything else? Ooh, love the sound of roof. One of the great video game sounds. Zelda picking up rupees. Nice, plenty of arrows now. Oh, try again. By the power of the... By the power of electromagnetism. Command thee to break box. Thank you. So the wind affected the direction that the metal flew. The cool thing about this game, everything. All the physics work together. The sound changes when you walk with bones. Things here. Arrows are always nice. do they have now? 26. Oh, it's just a little frog. What? Everywhere you look. Exploration. What's gonna be a Korok? Yeah, already. Uh-oh. Indiana Jones. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Before I get it, I want yeah. Bye-bye. Man. Isn't Zelda, the next Zelda coming out this year? Let's keep going. There it is. Kind of rich environment. What do I do with this? Remember. Just... Oh, it's going somewhere. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, nice sound. Nice sound effect. Oops. How do I get bows again? Dude. Oh, I have to like get it out. Thank you, Korok. Very, very rewarding sound of those balloons popping. Up here, idiot. I need more arrows. So far, some arrows at me. Thank you. Keep firing, keep them coming. Nice. Alright, hasty simmered fruit. What was the one? Was it the mushroom that had the effect of stamina back? That's just okay. Take a look at the compendium. Code resistance. Speed up. Extra heart. None. Health up. Defense up. Defense up. Health up. Guess I don't. I haven't taken a picture of the thing that gives me the stuff. Anyway. Resist. Oh, the stamina. Here you go. It's the restless cricket. Okay. Cricket. Okay. Try that. Now we'll do this egg. Monster parts. Okay. Cricket of monster. Very little. Okay. Try again. Let's try one. Let's do it of apples. And let's do it of one monster part. There you go, that's better. One more cricket. Now let's do an omelette. Let's use it with the gut. Wait, I don't know, that doesn't sound so good. Stop voting. Oh, to hell with it. Oh, okay, not great, but okay, so I need more cricket. Great. Find cricket. Ooh, lost that one. Shit, my teamwork's dead. Here, cricket, here. There, got him. You can actually hear them. Anyway, we got one. Almost at the bridge. I don't think it's this bridge. From what I can see, it doesn't have the power for me. Yeah. Hey, Bird Bass. Thank you for the follow earlier, man. How you doing? Thanks so much for that follow. I think. Oh yeah, I rated you the other day because you were coding, right? And you played the upright bass. Thanks so much for the follow. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I love this game. It's a beautiful game. Excellent. Glad you're well. Just slowly making my way through this. I have a lot of very good video games to play. I'm very lucky. But this is certainly one of my favorites. Cool, man. I used to do web development more as a full-time job, but these days I'm more of a graphic designer. I still do some web dev stuff. Yes, I've been experimenting a little bit of the Twitch software and web development every once in a while as well. Live here in New York City. Been here 7 years. And I've been using computers for a long time. And if it wasn't for video games, I wouldn't never have been able to learn to use computers and really get to know them well. My first love. A lot of people in the camp. There's 6 of them. 1 blue one, 5 red. Alright, let's do a shrine. Shout out here. Bird Bass Man, web developer and musician. Very kind gentleman. Boschkala. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this. The wind guides you. Okay. Not the wind, I guess. Let's get this heavy sword off my back. We will take the leaf. Yeah. Amber. Oh shit. Thought I'd be able to hold on to the ledge there, but nope. My pleasure, man. What kind of stuff? I don't. You know, sometimes I wonder if it's annoying for people like they arrive and you just ask them 2 million questions. Too many stuff, but I will ask you one question. What made you begin using computers for for work? Is it like a passion? Did you like them from when you were young, or is it a job you wanted, or video games? Oh shit. Not fun. One more time. Do a quick jump. Obviously, if you want to. Curious, why is this one here? There. Let's go back. You're gonna have to go back. Ooh. There's one there. There's a chest there. I want that chest. An orchestra director? Awesome. Thank you for the lurk. That is awesome, dude. Can I make it there? Maybe if I climb up here. I've always loved music. I find it very, I think most people love music, even if they don't know it. Very tied to our language, to our soul, really is living beings. Very related to visual design, to computer coding. This book called Gödel, Escher, and Bach, The Eternal Golden Braid, by this guy called Douglas Hofstadter. Very good. I jump, press that one off. Hey, Love Coming Newton, how are you? Yo, I'm gonna pass that out soon because it's 2 a.m., but I hope you have a good rest. Thank you so much for dropping by, Love Coming Newton. I'm gonna... What time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing for a while. Have an excellent... thanks for dropping by, and have an excellent evening. My pleasure, man. Try one more time from here. Is there a way to hold on to ledges now? I don't remember, but I thought there was. There you go, got it. Oh. Go out. Oh, this smile. Oh, mysterious Yoda-like being from the Zelda Breath of the Wild universe. Okay, I think I'm gonna head toward the main castle. Hey, Elias, how are you? Thank you. How's your video game and real world going? Teaching Red Dead Redemption 2. Anything, any new games? Ooh, big guy over there, watch out. Greetings good to you, good sir. Oh shit. There's a broomstick. Fuck. Oh shit. From the side. Project Zombie. Hey, if you want to play that together, I'm up for it. I played a bit with my friend. It's a lot of fun. It's difficult. With more than one person, it's easier. I have a friend of mine, Mike. He'd be up for playing probably, and I think up to 8 players or 10 players or something. So we could actually try to organize something if you want. Came out to take out the trash, but guess what? Now I have the mop. Hey, Jimmy is gonna get ready to take out the trash. So let's get rid of this claymore because it's almost broken anyway. Oh, oh, oh. There you go. Oh man, Nintendo Bob, how are you, man? It's good to be back. And Divine Wanderlust, of course, thank you for dropping by. Look at that, I found my first mop weapon. I'm doing alright. Hey, please, nice of you to drop by. Please go give each other a follow. You got Elias Speaks here. And, and I'm also gonna give a shout out to Divine Wanderlust. Yeah, and Nintendo Buff, just give a shout out. Thanks so much for the raid. Ooh. Oh wait, that's where's the mop. Oh, sorry. I'll stream Yetta, though I wasn't Nintendo World stream Monday and will stream soon for the first time. Cool, awesome. Yeah, I've been back. I started streaming again on Sunday. I've been gone for 5-6 weeks. Really good to be back, though. Glad to be back playing Zelda. I missed video games. I missed being home. So it's really nice to be home again. Right now, I'm trying to find one of these pictures over here. Thought that this bridge here might be the one that I was thinking about this tree or this bridge would be around here, but I guess not. I'm trying to find one of. Oh, look at that! I've seen that. I've seen that mountain. We just passed it. Okay, the right side is the tallest. Take a quick look at it. The right side of the mountain is the tallest one, The left side is the shortest one. I was just near that mountain. Let's see if we can find it again. And then based on whether the right or left is the highest one, we'll be able to find this location. Gotta find there it is, there it is. There's the mountain. Okay, so it's from around here. Okay, so there's a lake. All right. There's a lake. Maybe it's right here. I think that's pretty close though. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's this little lake here. This shrine. There's this little thing here too. Take another look at the picture. How far is it? And how far does it look like here? I think I have to go further. Yeah, I have to go further back. Alright. I believe that's near the Great Plateau. Copy that. The bridge one. We're too close to the mountains. It gets really difficult for my character level of 3 hearts. I have to be able to get more hearts, yeah. There's some cypresses here. I'm just gonna try to sneak through. I'm not gonna try to fight these guys right now. I'm just gonna try to see what I can do. Ooh, rusty shield. That looks pretty nice. Better than one of these. Drop. Ooh. Sword. Oh, I'm okay. Mop. Clean up the janitorial job here. Really mop might not be picture of this. I don't know if I have a picture of these guys yet. This is why I have the photography tag here. It's a good picture. I'm gonna get this. I have taken a picture of these guys. Yeah, Elias, if you wanna try Project Zomboid, dude, let me know. I'll be up for trying it. I mean, I've played it with Mike. He's probably kind of like a pro now. I think that he managed to survive several weeks. He really kind of fell in love with the video game. A friend of mine that I think that's the only video game he has played. But, oh, I really like seeing people do the beginnings, the beginning of the game. Copy. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the place. I'm not gonna try to go and beat Ganon or anything like that. No, I'm just trying to get to that spot where there's that memory. I haven't found any of the memories yet, and I have to take a picture of it. I'm gonna find the spot of the memory. Copy that, Elias. Yeah, I don't know. It used to be pretty cheap, like 14 bucks. I don't know if but it does go on sale, I think, once in a while. When is the next Steam? Ooh, when is the next Steam sale? Is it going to be a spring sale or something? First day of spring the other day. This game is such a beautiful video game. I hear some crickets, so let's try to find some because the crickets are good. I just crickets are good for the hasty cricket with a monster part. You get like this potion for more stamina. Rest. Choo-choo. It's not the chai, it's not the chase, not the chi, it's the chew. It's in choo-choo. Ooh, they're going way after the poor thing. Time to clean up the trash. Why? Don't mess with poor wild. Oh man! Here, I want to give an applause to Nintendo Buff for making affiliate. But let me do this. Stand by. Give me 1 second. And this evening, news from and this evening there's some special news on a dispatch from Divine Wanderlust. Congratulations to Nintendo Buff from hitting affiliate. Congratulations and applause. Shout out to Nintendo Buff Elias. If you can, please go give Nintendo Buff a follow. Nintendo Buff, please give, and the Wanderlust, please give Elias a follow. And always good to help each other out here. All right. Takes a long time, but eventually things happen. You know? I think just regularity, picking 1 or 2 games, kind of sticking with them for a long time, and eventually, eventually, oh. Oh shit, there goes already my... They're so short-lived, these things. These weapons in this game. There's a lot of action going on here. Thank you, Divine Wanderlust. I have to redo that one because it's a little too small to see, I think. So I think I'm gonna do close-up of the cloud instead. I'm working. Well, I was supposed to be working on these emotes when I was gone, but I guess my brain wasn't in it. But now I am working on it. 4 or 5 more new emails because I'm gonna replace some of the ones that are my some of my follower emotes. I'm gonna replace them. A little bit better. I worked it out because I love that game. Super Mario 3 is probably one of my favorite games ever. I played that so much when I was a kid. There's the big mountain looking for there. That's the big mountain I'm looking for. We're here. We're heading towards this lake over here. I bet it's going to be around here. One of these lakes around here. Maybe this one, but I don't think so. Super Mario. I wanna get a Super Mario 3 t-shirt. That wonderful yellow, bright, happy yellow color. A lot of arrows. Ooh, not the big guys. These guys are all over the place. Whoa. Shit, the guardian of the whole area. There it goes. Yes. Ow. Shit. Look at the lighting on those that mist. Yes. Alright. Staminoka bass. This Hyro bass got to be the biggest fish by never getting caught until now. Long life results in cooked fish that will restore a lot of stamina. Nice. I'll be cooking that fish for me. Right. But lighting is so important for a good graphic. Look at Valheim. Look at this game. You know, I mean the game and the graphics of this game are phenomenal. But the lighting. Rock eyeball. Tentacle and the balloon. I've taken a photo of him. I don't think I have a photo of the guys yet. Okay, here it is. I think that's it. There. See that little ruined thing? I think on the other side of that is gonna be this spot. Oh man, there's a bunch of those blue ones. Just let these guys be. Let's go try to get to the memory. I should save the game. I haven't saved the game yet. I think it auto saves sometimes. I'm not sure, but I should. Come a long way. Let's first go and see if we find the memory. Ooh, I don't know if I have a fox picture either. Or picture of that. Okay. I am enjoying Elden Ring, Elias. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I kind of feel like playing right now. I was still like playing. I was just a little bit gamed out after DCS today, and I had some other, well, just help Amber of dishes, and just closed my eyes for a bit. But I was planning on playing this afternoon, but then I canceled the stream. But I enjoy the feel of the combat. It's the kind of game that can be very frustrating, but it rewards perseverance. And there's so many different builds and so many different weapon types, and the enemy AI is done in such a way that there's different ways of beating them. So it's a lot about timing, but I'm enjoying the sort of open-ended nature of the story that you can kind of decide for what you want, what the story is about. I mean, it has like clues and stuff, what it wants you to, what it like is leading you to. But I'm enjoying it. Visually, very lush video game. You know. It's yet another Japanese video game maker that makes video games that have a real sense of place and sense of style. You know? I mean, of course, it's definitely clearly inspired by Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, but it has its own. Basically, I want to know what's gonna happen next. I want to see what I'm gonna find next. And the design of the monsters are really kind of like a horror video game as well. Some of those monsters are a little over the top. Okay, I think we found it, people. I'm just gonna take a quick look in here. My one disappointment of Elden Ring so far is the multiplayer. The co-op is I played with my friend Arthur once, and there were 3 disconnects. When you disconnect, you have to go back. It's quite finicky and tricky to even be able to summon each other to each other's worlds to play. And then there's limitations, like you can't just go to a different area. You can only stay on the area that you are summoned to. And so you can't basically do a playthrough of the whole game super simply. That was a bit frustrating. Too bad. Horror is not my friend. Yeah, it's Elden Ring is, I would say, it's quite a bit of a it's a bit of a horror game too, I would say. Although they spend most of their time in water, the drop in barometric pressure that occurs when it rains causes an air sac within these octopus-like monsters to inflate and lift them into the air. The rocks they spit out can be bounced back with a shield. I don't know. Okay, it feels good right now. It feels fresh. It was, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't like horror, then Zelda Breath of the Wild probably be a little bit more conducive to your taste than Elden Ring. Oh, Pachinko, little duck. Raw bird drops. Excellent swimmers put their heads in the water to find food, and their fatty meat is high quality. Hey, give me some roast potatoes and duck fat any day. I'll be happy. Where's the duck? There. Oh no, I got the duck ready. Where's the fish? Not a very good thing. Stamina recovery. Okay, that's a good one to get. Try to get fish. Then I can make when you're trying to climb high mountains and your stamina starts running out, it's really good to have some potions to recover your stamina. That one. Oh shit! Okay. So we found, this is gonna be the first location we find, the memory. Here's the mountain. Oh shit, there's someone getting attacked over there. Okay. Go help that person getting attacked first, maybe? Thank you so much, Elias. Thanks so much for dropping by. Thank you, Elias. What is what was that again? It's some Latin phrase like quote of the quote QOTD. What kind of command are you looking for, Lieutenant? All of you, okay. Family. Mina. All right. Oh, quote of the day? Oh, for that you have to redeem some points. Do you want a random quote? I'll give you a random quote if you're hanging out without you having to redeem any points. But that's a good idea. I don't mind that idea. Really? Today or another time? Quote of the day? Here, I'll give you a random quote. Here you go. The lure of the distant and the difficult is deceptive. The great opportunity is where you are. John Burroughs. Just now was showing quote of the day. On my stream. That is so weird. I never seen that before. Maybe I accidentally activated some. One thing I activated recently is the follow. Is this stream countdown thing. Oh, above my tip jar, really? That's funny. I did not. It must be part of the cup then. Did you see what it said? Apollo wants to go in. Apollo, go hang out of Amber. The list of commands. Weird. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that. The little GIF, the lower left. Okay, that's a tip jar. Okay, it's this thing over here. It's from Stream Elements. My idea is when this like gets full, it's almost full, but when it goes a little bit fuller, I give away a game. Okay, it just needs a little more, like it has to have like when something falls on it and then it goes on the side because it's full. Then reset it, and I don't know if it does it by itself or if I have to do it manually. Never been full before. And like follows, cheers, subs, all that. Every time someone sub or follows or cheers or I think those are the main things that fill it. Maybe there's other stuff that I don't remember. Then a little thing falls in it. I had my preview of the stream off to get some more frames per second in Zelda, so I didn't see it. Oops. Give me 1 second. Uh, oh, oh, thank you, Lieutenant Smart. 50, 50 bits. Thank you so much, man. All right. Did it show it falling there? Did it show it falling there right now? Now I'm looking at it. Now I'm like, what the heck's going on there? Very kind of you. Thank you so much. It showed it. Okay, cool. Thanks so much. And by the way, for tips, there's this thing called this is something I've been working on. I was working on before I left, but now that give me a second. Now that I'm back, I'm gonna keep working on it. And it's this here. It's there are particular amounts that when you cheer with bits, special things will play on the screen. Okay. And I don't have one for 50 yet, but there's some others, just so you know. And I think it should work. Not that I'm asking you to cheer more now. Please, that's enough. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna keep adding to those numbers more and more to make cheers of particular amounts be more fun. I'm always experimenting with screen overlays. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Smartness. And since you're the first one, wait, are you the first one to cheer 10? Yeah, since you're the first one to cheer 10, I'm gonna note down right here. Lieutenant Smartass. First 10-bit cheer. And in tomorrow's stream, and later tomorrow on the website, on that page, there will be a link to a clip of you doing this cheer. 156. And there'll be a link to your Twitch channel, right? So much. All right, here we go. Where's the mountain? The mountain is there. It's gonna be this way. This is a really cool idea. I really like this thing about finding the photograph. It kind of teaches you a little bit about orienteering. Look at this. I'm going to trying to find a place where this photograph is taken. And we're almost there. I'm looking at that relative to those mountains. Right now, that's on the left of those mountains. The mountains are behind it. And in the photograph, yeah, it's right below the left big mountain, that thing. And there's a little green thing, which is going to be this one right here. We have found it. You just need the foreground hill and trees. Copy that. Here's the foreground hill. You're a photographer. No, oh, here we go. Here we go. We found it. Let me just screenshot it before. That's so awesome. Beautiful music. Holy shit.
From here, we'll make our way to Goron
Oh,
City. Then, we'll need some adjustments on that divine beast so Daru can manage it as easily as possible. He's figured out how to get it to move. However, it's apparent that we still have much more to learn. But to think, that divine beast was actually built by people. That means we should be able to understand how it works and how to use it to our advantage. These divine beasts, so much we don't know. But if we want to turn back Calamity Ganon, they're our best hope. Tell me the truth. How proficient are you right now wielding that sword on your back? Legend says that an ancient voice resonates inside it. Can you hear it yet, hero?
success. Yes. Oh, that was really beautiful. I'm gonna get a crush on Princess Zelda now. Alright. Her hair is kind of like Amber's. Alright. Okay, so. Nice. Now that I have one memory, I think I can already go back to... here. Princess Zelda left behind an album. You decided to report your progress so far to Impa Kakariko Village. Okay, so we go back to Kakariko Village, okay. That was the mission. Good fast travel. But I enjoy traversing the land. Let's, what time is it? It is... oh man, okay, yeah. It's gonna have time for me to call it a night soon. Kakariko Village is directly east. What is this? The shrine. Let's just explore this area a little bit. Maybe there's a tower. Let's look if there's a tower we can see here. One there. So we can open up the map. Maybe they can do that before we call it a night. I should actually check out the middle of this. Actually, I was there, I think. Tower over there too. Let's go to that tower. I think the blue ones are the ones I already found, right? Yeah. Impa and get the champion's tunic. Copy that. Find Wonderlist. Should I just fast travel there? Let's just fast travel to Impa. Alright. Because this champion's tunic, you're saying it's gonna be like really good for me, right? Here, I'll fast travel to this. Commander Scott, please beam me up to Starship Enterprise and down to that tower to just west of Kakariko Village. Over. And then you can explore. Copy that. Alright. Northwest now. That way. We try going that way. I think we're going to. Thank you, Divine Wanderlust. traveler's bow. Kind of remembering that I couldn't get through here very easily. There was like a spider up here. I wonder if there's a quick way to drop bows and weapons. Yeah, I've been here before, remember. The enemies have respawned. Oh shit. Shit. Everything has to happen at once. Ooh, horsey. Nice. The music made me think a musical number was about to start. The music in this game is just phenomenal. This game is basically like Elden Ring, but more cartoonish. Some people. Oh. Ooh. Oh, choo-choo. Ah! Okay. I've neither played nor seen Elden Ring. I only know a lot of people are streaming. Yeah, there's like 2 million people streaming, more or less, including myself. Because I got the I knew that it was gonna come out because a family member, a friend of mine, kept on really excited about it. So, and I had never played any of the Dark Souls, so I got Dark Souls, the original one, and played it for a while. Enjoyed it. Not too much, but quite a bit. And Elden Ring is basically just like Dark Souls, all the same mechanics, but in a bit of, you know, George R. Martin, the guy that wrote Game of Thrones, wrote the backstory. He was hired to write the backstory. Look at this animation. Goodness, it's beautiful. I'll probably play some Elden Ring tomorrow. Oh. Such a cinematic game, this. Got him. Any trouble with the controls? Playing Elden Ring, playing this, playing all these video games. Confuse the heck out of me. I was looking at your tags. To what temperature have you been chilled in Wisdom? I am getting chilled right now because the window's open. But your album is full? Are you serious? Do I have a limited amount of backup? The chilled comes from I don't know. I just sometimes want to fill it with tags, and I try to keep my streams pretty chill in the sense that you know, relaxed more than in the sense of an actual temperature. But here in New York, it's getting pretty nippy here in New York. I'm gonna give you 224. I know it. What the heck? I'm really confused with that because look, on the one hand they say like I can take pictures of all that stuff, but I guess once I take the picture, it gets put in the compendium, and that doesn't get deleted. Let's see if that's true because I took a picture of that bass, right? Yeah, that's there. It gets put in the compendium, but I better I guess I only have 24 rows, so I better delete some of these pictures. The first time on this bridge, you have to get to Pura to get the compendium fixed. Oh, interesting. Okay. has to be fixed, huh? Interesting. It gives we get more like we're gonna get more like storage space. Thank you, Divine Wanderlust. Makes sense. Of course, it's gonna climb this hill. Yeah, the weather in New York has been very variable. I've only been here since just over a week now. Marsh down there. And the weather in New York's been very variable. Very hot, and then next week's supposed to go below freezing again. It was really cold. Got pretty warm there. Yeah. Both. Holy shit. That's cool. 90. I don't know Fahrenheit very well, but I guess that's what, like 30 centigrade. I need to get a portable air conditioner because my computer puts out here in the townhouse. Oh, this reminds me. You know what? This you had asked about, you know, getting lazy, and I get lazy too. This is what I do. It gives me energy every day. Once a day, I do this. Not always fun, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. 7-minute exercise. If you like the New York Times, warmly recommend this exercise. It wasn't invented by them, but like scientific 7-minute exercise. It really gives me a lot of energy. Practicing it every day, or doing your best with it every day. You can feel yourself getting stronger, and it releases the endorphins in your body, the blood going, and then this energy that you don't realize you have all of a sudden comes up. And then instead of going back to bed, I stream or I work. No, I know. I grew up mostly in places where Celsius was the main, and meters. I know feet pretty well because of flight simulators and because of basketball players. I like basketball, but Fahrenheit and inches and that I know more or less. You know. Yeah, walking also. Yeah, I try to go for at least a half-hour walk every day, or like 1 hour. But really, really good for you. We spend too much time in front of computers. So nice, Kakariko Village. Haven't never arrived from this direction before. Nice. And this is a lush video game sound, visual. 32 Celsius, copy that. That's 90. I wasn't too far off, right about 30, I had said. Copy that. Dropping by. In ancient Hyrule, this garment would only be worn by one who had earned the respect of the royal family. Equipping it will reveal an enemy's life gauge. This is something of yours that I have been keeping safe. The request of the princess. This clothing was specially made for you when you become a champion. Please handle it with care. Alright, well, let's try it on. Warm doublet that I started with the old shirts, then I got the warm doublet, the cold resistance, and now I have this. Okay, so this will reveal how much their life gone. I mean, don't I already see that, or let's find out. And it gives me, but it gives me more. It's like 5 armor instead of 1, so I have to get more hearts too, which would be nice. Do a little bit of cooking as well. Let's talk to one of our crushes here. Hiya. Anything the matter? Anything at all? Can I help in any way? Oh, I think I already heard all that. You'll see their life force in numbers. Okay, cool. I want to see that before I call this thing. This is probably gonna be... I think it's one of those guardian things over there. And you can upgrade clothing. Cool. There's something this statue I could do after I had one of the memories as well. Ooh. I want another heart container, please. Is that a good idea? Oh, yes, I've been wanting a heart for a while. Nice, okay. That's actually the very last memory you look for after getting all the others. That picture in there. Oh, cool. Alright. Like a battle. Place of battle with the guardian. Cool, very cool. Oh, I got 4 points, yeah. That's successful. Zelda. I do want to see the enemy life force, so let's go find an enemy real quick. Just take our horse and go back the way we came. That's where Link fell in battle. Damn. Right. I hope it's a happy... Well, I don't need to have a happy ending, but I hope it's not a terribly sad ending. Go up towards Fairy... Oh, do they have... in the Fairy Fountain, do they have, like, enemies there? I've been there before. I've been there already. But, okay, let's go that way. Up late? Oh, what's going on there? Okay, I have a new tunic. I'm about to try it out. The left and right. Some noodles and sleep. Nice. The noodles sound good. Hestu. I don't remember where was Hestu. Was that the that's not the little girl who's the boss of the scientific place. It's been a while since I played, so I end up forgetting the name. Oh, look at that. I can see the pretty nice view of the castle here. Let's this? Got some Korean barbecue ramen noodles just... all gonna make me want to have my second dinner. Ooh, look at this. Hammer. Okay, I'm just gonna, I think... Wait, the wind is pretty strong here. It's gonna push me the other way. Plants up there. Maybe I should climb. Hestu is that big Korok that looks like a broccoli tree. I have not been to that one. I have been to the singing one that says if you give me Korok, it's gonna upgrade something else. Yeah. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. Alright, let's risk it. Go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I have seen him. I haven't. I think I got either an upgrade. I don't remember if I upgraded something with him or not. It wasn't hearts. It was other stuff, right? I think it was like inventory slots or something. I don't remember. Let's try to find an enemy too. Yeah, the singing one. The big singer type. This is just gorgeous. I'm gonna just flip on right. Weapon slot. Ah, copy that. Okay, weapon slot. I'll give me more weapons. That'll be good. Ooh, the guardian is here too. I think these weapons you find, basically that sword I just saw there, like stuck to the ground, they respawn, right? Yeah, move far away, probably. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I see the numbers now. Got it. Cool. Look, that's pretty cool. I forgot what is the screenshot key that I have set. Like it's like mash a bunch of buttons to try to take a screenshot. Oh, gorgeous. What a gorgeous. You have to stop into the picture, not just the in-game camera. Okay, you're a bird. That was really quick. You know what game I like a lot? One of my favorite cooperative multiplayer games that I played, Ghost Division 2. You know, like you have the bullet sponge guys with the little red bars over their head, like most of these video games, and they have the numbers, like they bleed numbers when you shoot them. I really like Division 2. It was a fun game. All right. What time is it? We do that maybe that let's do that shrine there. 11. Time for bed here, but let's maybe do one. Finish up the shrine. Let's take a quick look at the adventure log. There's more memories. So that's always fun. And now I see I'm pretty that's where the castle is. There's this thing that has the castle in it, and there's this that I was a little bit needs to the left there somewhere. That's not far from it. Probably down there somewhere. The lieutenant. The first pick. This one. I want to go here. This kind of like Middle Eastern type Egyptian Assassin's Creed Origins type vibe. Let's maybe try to unlock a tower to end the stream. Let's see if where's the next. Where's the tower? There's one there. The ones that are blue are the ones that are unlocked, right? So there's that one there. I could go for that one. Let's go for that one. All right, we're gonna try to go through this marsh. I think. The desert's to the west. All right, that's that way. All right, I think I'm just gonna go for the closest one. There's a horsey we could take, but I think we're just gonna try to just go through this marsh and see what happens. That's probably not a fantastic idea on my part. Let's just go this way. Try to get the horsey. Oh, music's changing. They're like something happening. Nice. Ooh, there's a boat there. I'll take the boat. Is that like a barrier? There's a barrier too. Okay, interesting. I won't regret this. Got to save the. The moon's coming out, isn't that awesome? The light. That's not working. Maybe if I just push it harder towards the thing. Do have one of these guys. Gonna have to throw a bomb probably. Right, well let's push ourselves that way first. Now let's throw a bomb on the other side. So the bomb will do it.
Yep.
Bomb didn't seem to do it. Try a fire arrow maybe. A bomb arrow. Don't have any of those. I could try to lift the boat with the thing maybe. Indestructible fence. It doesn't move this fence. I'll try a quick one just. Alright, maybe let's try this. might regret this too. Wait. Alright, well. Maybe I have to push a rock from up here to break the fence or something. Oh shit. The heck are these things? I haven't seen these before. There's 3, so I'm gonna use this first. Shit. Shit. What are these things? Can't do anything to them. Just walk on the rock. Was the movie where they moved the boat over a mountain? There was that movie that was like, dude, those things like are indestructible or something. Oh, wait. Or running around here. Fire might be good of these guys. Alright. Gotcha. Fire. I think I got rid of my fire arrow. Yeah, no more fire arrows. The only fire thing I have is this, but hence this disrespectful copy. That get their heads, these guys. Right, stand by. Did I get them? Are they gone? disappeared. I think they came out. They were like zombies, but they were like armored zombies. But this looks like a marsh, like the marsh near Mordor. I think maybe it's not the best place for me to be at right now. Oh, weather's getting better. That's for sure. Thank you so much for the raid, Zaka. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday or Thursday, wherever you are. Here's a shout out. Thanks so much for the raid, Zach. Oh, thank you for the follow, Absters. We'll give you all follow back right after the stream, I promise. Oh, what the heck is that? Oh shit! There's one of those guardian things here. Dude, this is not gonna be good. I think I should stay on the high ground. Holy shit, dude. Okay. I think this is gonna be a problematic. It's now goes the thing. Werner Herzog. That's a good. That's a good. It's a good director. Here's the guy that did all those documentaries, right? Oops. There was this documentary he did about this all sorts of crazy stuff, like this guy that tried to befriend bears. Goes live with them for a while, but then he like gets eaten by a bear. And one about like this like guy that lived in this island of an active volcano that was gonna erupt, and he refused to leave. Like I'm saying, it's Aldo. I have never seen that one. Zach has also playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a beautiful, gorgeous work of art. Look at that mist. I wonder what range those guardian things have. Ooh, get like the hairs of my arm go up because I don't kind of have a bit of a arachnophobia. That thing's like a mechanical spine. Matrix combined with nightmare. Like I said, such a pretty game. Really enjoying my first playthrough. Same here. This is my first playthrough. It's just I'm just like feel like emotional. It's so beautiful. Everything from the animation, the music, the visuals. I'm enjoying the story, the sense of exploration, the physics, the weather. Just really a work of art. This video game. Lieutenant Smartass says, I mostly know Werner Herzog Vampire. They're not. I don't think I've seen that one. Is it a vampire film he did? I think I've seen that one. I love. And there's no green like the green in Legend of Zelda. Look at the green of this grass here. It's just so lush, gorgeous. Let me show my phone. Zach, I'm gonna give you a follow right now. Thank you for the raid. All right. No need to follow back. Congrats. Good luck on getting to that affiliate. Thanks so much for the raid. my pleasure, man. Here, let me, before I forget, let me just give a follow to upstairs as well. Right now, and I'll give a shout out to coming in with the Zax raise, I believe. Man, there's a lot of bones around that tower. Make it over there. Piano music. So it's minimal and so beautiful. I mean, a lot of these Japanese game designers, you know, they just have a real feeling for music for a lot of like the gestalt, all the different parts of what make medium art communication. Amazing. Video games. I feel so fortunate to have grown up in a time where it's changed from little pixels on the screen like RE2600 to playing stuff like this. Photorealistic flight simulators, like Microsoft Flight Simulators. What a time to be alive. Giants choo-choo. Right, I need to find. Your voice is cutting out a bit for me. Copy that, Lieutenant. I'm sorry about that. I'll talk a little bit louder. Sometimes I start talking a little lower as night falls. Or, oh, here you go. I really should be, I'm always fussing around with my mic settings. I have these noise filters and gain and all this sort of stuff. But I really should look into creating a setting for nighttime when I'm talking a little lower, and one for daytime when I can shout like a animal, you know, like a stab. Oh, I didn't have to put it down. The little long-faced Korok. Hello. Ended up getting a DBX 286S of a compressor. Wait, what is that? Is that a DAO? No, that's something else. Is it like a soundboard or something? I'm not a pro with sound. I love music and sound. I use GarageBand, and I use VST plugins for OBS. Bye-bye. So cool. The channel strip, a preamp, compressor, de-esser, gate, and a little EQ. Cool. So you have like all the hardware stuff. Let me note that down in my notes because I may look in that direction one day. So it doesn't use the CPU. Copy that. Yeah, because I bet these VST plugin filters and stuff, they probably take some power from the CPU, right? Oh my god, look at that. What's gonna be over there? I can already hear, I don't know if you can hear in the sound of the game some distant, like, hisses and moans and stuff. Oh shit, it's that thing. What the heck is it? Oh my god, oh, it's one of those giant dudes that are sleeping. It's like a drunk, it's a drunk giant monster. Okay. It's a Hinnock. Not a great shop, but we'll take it. Oh shit. All this full. Alright, let's do this. I have to fix this album, but I'll just delete this stuff for now. These little duckies. Oh, I had one. Okay, replace picture. I was like, okay, it's like Minolta or something, right? Or Conic Minolta, Olympus, Kodak. Okay, well, he was sleeping on the job. What the heck is this thing? Oh, that looks like an alien. I don't like the look of that thing. I don't think that captured it. Oh. Looks like an alien. It looks like the girl from Interstellar. Not Interstellar, Avatar. Should I kill the hit? Don't kill the Hinna, so an alien, or should I go for the Hinna? Hinox. Okay. I'm a Hylian. Sure. Prince Sidon. Ooh. The evergreen forest of it's like a conifer forest of conifer trees. Prince Sidon. Okay, you'll see. Oh, Link has a lot of people. Ooh, here. I goes the tower though. Before anything else, let's save because it's been a while. Should I go for the Hinox? Let's go for him. Divine Wanderlust wants me fight the Hinox. Let's do it. Zap shroom. Lost protection. Is it an enemy, this? Shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. He's like smashing down trees. He's like that troll from Valheim. Alright, might have to go to plan B here. Oh, there's swords here. There were swords like stuck to his belly. You run under his legs is so awesome. Okay, I don't have any more arrows, so great music there. Good. Good, go. Oh, holy shit, dude. Would have thrown weapons got that. One more though. Just hit him normally, copy that. I'm just scared he's gonna hammer me off that huge, like, trunk he's holding. sat on me. Guy just basically sat on me. Oh, he's a big... He's quite heavy. Holy shit, dude. I'm gonna have to throw shit. Find Wonderlust. Alright, here we go. Almost out of weapons. Toolbox! Holy shit. Look at this thing. King of fruit, like a jackfruit in real life, offers immense restorative powers. Dishes cooked with it will increase your maximum power. Alright, well, that's my first ever defeat of Herox, the camera brand, the sponsored monster of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Toenail, the size of a plate. Palm fruit. Palm tree doesn't offer any special effects. Increase your heart recovery. Ingredient. My dad used to study palm trees. Boat I found in the Gerudo Desert bear this sweet fruit. It's naturally insulated. When cooked into a dish, it provides resistance against electricity. Very cool. 1 drain for extra heart. Like permanent extra heart? Like oh no, like temporary, right? Don't have that many weapons for all that. That's exciting. Thanks for believing that I could beat that. And it's midnight. I'm gonna have to leave this tower until next time. That battle was oh shit. All right. Call it an evening. Let's return the favor. Thank you so much, Divine Wanderlust. Butterfly. Thanks to the 10 smartass. Yeah, there's great music in this game, isn't it? I like that little drawing. What's that? Himbo disco. That's a very cool little thing. Are you? Do you know any suggestions of who we should raid right now? If you have any suggestions, all years. If not, I'm just gonna pick someone playing Zelda as well.
Only 1 out of every 3,000 Gallagher cats.
Let's see. Go for it. We'll be back tomorrow with hey, remember focus. This guy's got 9 viewers. A little bit lower. Racer X. Have I rated this person before? Let's take a look. Thank you for the suggestion. Racer X. I have rated Racer X before. So I want to rate someone I haven't. But thank you for that suggestion. I think I probably rated Racer X because of your suggestion. Let's try someone way down here. And I appreciate this suggestion. Let's try maybe Luna Screams? Let me take a look. Untied Shoe 42 only has 1 viewer, maybe ending. Let me check that.
Anyway, in the
Untied Shoe. Interesting. Oh, I think it's just ending. I'll give him a follow.
Stick around to watch me drink a beer, that's all.
Let's give him a... Oh, he's just chugging the beer. I'll just leave him with the follow. Let's try someone else. Just chugging beer after putting a hole in the bottom of the can. I used to do that stuff in high school sometimes. How about the Bear Stranger? He's also doing a first playthrough. Let's take a quick look. Have you played Valheim, Lieutenant?
everything.
Caveman. Variety streaming, cooking, digital work. And these ads at the beginning. You have not.
For
A
like
fun
2
game.
weeks to a month, you start coming home from the gym, and you're just like, whoa! Fucking yoked! Everybody's like, whoa, calm
All
down.
right, he kind of. He seems like a
Shit,
really
bro.
interesting guy. Let's
Stop throwing the
try
bar
this
to the fucking
Bear Stranger.
Crazy pants.
All right. Are you ready? Thank you so much for being here,
Well, that's
Lieutenant.
because yesterday was a fucking shit show.
I'll see you again soon.
Like,
Have a wonderful Thursday. Peace out from the East Coast to West Coast. Rating
no,
now.
you're good, Patrick. Patrick, you have to understand, my favorite thing is to debate things with